recording. Uh, Javier, it's been forever.
Yeah,
It's
hello.
it's been what, 9 hours?
Long time
That's so funny.
to see you. How
Yeah,
are you today, teacher?
I'm tired. I'm
Yeah, me
tired. How are
too.
you?
I'm still good, but
Good.
I'm a little nervous because I don't know you remember my last comment in the target language 5. I say that you are one of the best teachers in the faculty. Well, I would like to mention that for that reason I am here
Wonderful.
because I want to learn a lot from from you.
Wonderful. Good. Good. I'm hoping that happens because this is a subject that I really enjoy. My daughter says, my mom, what was it? Oh, there was a race. My daughter started running, and I'm so proud of her for doing
Mhm.
all these activities. And I saw on Facebook a race. It's a virtual race. And so every time you run, you log that time that you did, the miles, the kilometers that you did. And then,
Yeah.
like, her race that I chose was Hadrian's Wall. So basically, Hadrian's Wall in England from one coast to the other, she basically ran that whole distance, not all at once, a little bit each day. But
Okay.
I forget where she posted or what she commented. She said, because my mom is such a big history buff, she thought this would be interesting. So she enrolled me. I enjoyed it though, but she was blaming me the whole time for enrolling her because of my love of history. And I said, well, that's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm a
Okay.
big history buff. I'm I'm so surprised because I've learned in this course, from teaching this course, I've learned so much that I didn't even know about my own language. So I think that's fascinating that I can learn more about my own language from teaching this. So hopefully you can learn even more about both English and Spanish from taking it. So yeah, I get excited about this course.
Okay.
So I'm glad you're here. I think this is one of the most interesting. I mean, methodology is important, literature is fantastic, but I think this is so important and so interesting because it's basically, where English came from.
Yeah, I got it.
So, yeah.
Yeah, probably when you want to learn in English, you need to make a sacrifice. Because an example, in my case, I mentioned that I live in a small town.
Yeah.
For that reason is that I don't have opportunity to speak with native speaker. Only in the
Okay.
faculty, only in the city. For that reason, probably sometimes I have the problems when I want to try to improve. But for me, it doesn't matter. I really want to learn. I really want to be a wonderful teacher. Uh, I'm going to repeat my answer. I am here because I'm gonna be your student. I want to be amazing teacher. I don't know
Good.
if you can understand.
Yeah, 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 no problem. That's good. That's good that you have that attitude coming in because what I find with a lot of students is the attitude is, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know why
Yeah,
I'm in this,
yeah, you're right.
program or anything. And that frustrates me because they're taking up spaces that could have been used by others. So to hear someone say, I want to be a great teacher, I want to do really well, that makes me happy. It makes me very happy.
Yeah, but you need to
So,
work hard. If you want to get that.
sure, sure. And I
Well, teacher,
understand. Uh-huh.
I would like to ask a little question.
Yeah.
Many people say that you are a terrible teacher. I
Yeah.
would like to say that in the first class in the target language 5, I was scared, so scared. Yeah, because
Good.
okay, I'm going to take a class with the teacher Marsha, but well, I don't have words to describe the moment when I assign in the computer uh, in the meeting. I was
Uh,
so scared, teacher. I Yeah, but after that, I noticed that you are a beautiful person, so intelligent.
oh,
Well,
come
I
on.
don't
It's
have
only
words
the
for
first
describe you.
day. It's only the first day.
Yeah, yeah, I know that it's the first day, but I am thinking that, teacher, you are a wonderful teacher.
My gosh. He set the standard here and I'm still down here. So I hope I can get there. I hope I can get there.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate it. And
you're
I
welcome.
hope to live up to that expectation that you have of me.
You have a
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, I'm excited to have everyone. I'm sorry because I keep forgetting that I have to admit people in. So some of you are waiting outside there and now you're here. Yay. Okay. Um, let me see who I have here. Daniel, I see your name there. Daniel?
Yes, I'm here. Hi,
Okay.
teacher.
Hi there. Do you have a way for us to see video of you?
Yeah, do you want me to put
If you
it up?
can, yeah, that would be great. The one thing I ask, well, I ask for two things right now with the whole thing, is I want to see you and I don't want to hear what's happening behind you unless you're participating. So if you're
Okay.
not participating, we'll mute. And I do like to see video of you. So great. Daniel, good to see you here. Mariana.
Yes.
Mariana.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, hi, Mariana. Yeah,
Hi.
also, if you have a way to show us video, that would be great.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it
Okay,
on.
great. Thank you. It doesn't matter if you're not showered, if your hair is crazy, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, teacher.
David, I see your name there. Yeah, those are his glasses there. David, you're around? Okay, we'll come back. Andrea? Andrea? No. Um, Guadalupe Garcia, Lupita, that's you.
Yes, I'm here.
Lupita, great. If you have a way to give us video too, that would be great. If not, that's all right.
Okay.
Great. Carla. Oh, I see Carla. She's, whoops. Oh, I forget to let people in. Okay, Andrea's coming in there. Andrea, Carla. Carla. They went to get a snack. So she's not going to start for a few minutes. So I'll go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
All right. Raul. Don't see him here yet. Roseli. Maria Teresa, right? Hi
Yes, I'm
there.
here. Hi.
Great. Great. Good to see you again. Estela. Estela, I see you up there.
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Estela, you're in another class with me, aren't you?
No, only this
Just
one.
this one. Okay. I
Yes.
must have another student named Estela then because the name sounded familiar. Okay. Javier, you're here. Loanda, I see your name there. Great.
Your name there?
Celso.
Great.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for now. Nobody's waiting to come in. So we'll take it from there. Okay. We're just missing David, Carla, Raul, Roseli, and Celso.
Rosalie already posted something on the group. She was saying that she don't even know what to do and how to enter to the course and that stuff. I already replied her, but I don't know if she already read it or something like
Yeah, I just saw that post about an hour ago too. And I was so frustrated. I said, ugh. I know, I understand miscommunication, but she's in Facebook. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's see what happens there. I'll try and keep an eye on the members that come in. All right. Well, it is your time to take historic evolution of the English language. What are you expecting exactly? What are you expecting? First of all, those of you here, raise your hand if you normally take classes in the afternoon. No one. One. Okay. One. All right. So now I'm going to ask you, why are you taking class in the afternoon?
To be honest, I chose this hour because it was kind of easy for me, and actually, it's like more easily to wake maybe at this time. Sorry, so it's like more relaxed. So that's why I took this course. Well,
Okay.
this hour.
Okay. Good. The whole virtual thing makes it much easier, doesn't it? It's like you don't mind taking class in the afternoon if you're sitting in your house, doing things. So I'm the same way. I find it kind of relaxing. I normally don't teach in the afternoons. All right. Okay, tell me then, who took it because it's me? One, two. All right. Good. I like you. You're truthful. That's good. That's good. So I'm hoping to live up to your expectations. That's wonderful. Because this is, like, as I was telling Javier before, this is one of the courses that I really enjoy. I really think you get a lot out of this course. You learn a lot about the English language. You learn things about the Spanish language. You're going to find that his glasses are still there. Yeah. You find out for hundreds of years in England, the official language was not English. How many of you knew that? Good. That's exactly what oh, you did. Okay. That's exactly what I was hoping for, that you'd say, what? How is it possible that the English was not the official language of England at any time? It wasn't. For hundreds of years, it wasn't the official language. If I tell you that English is not the official language of the United States, how would you feel about that?
A little confused
Right? Why are you confused?
because, well, I suppose that everyone knows that English is okay. The United States is so popular because all the people speak in English. Now you told me that is not the mother tongue or
No, no,
something.
no. It's not the official language.
Ah, okay.
It's not the official language of the
In
United States.
okay, see, yeah.
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
the official language?
Good question. Anybody know?
Sorry?
No?
Uh,
Does anybody know?
No, there's no official language because there's a lot of people from different countries.
Right. There's no official language in the United States. So therefore, English is not the official language because the United States does not have an official language. If the United States had an official language, what do you think it would be?
could be French. Or
French?
yeah, because it's next to Canada. Could
Well,
be. Could be.
I'm going to say something here. Canada doesn't count. No, I'm just kidding.
Uh,
I'm just kidding. Canada's a beautiful place full of beautiful people. I'm just kidding there. No, probably not French. Not French. Now,
Could be.
what's the official language of Canada?
It's not English.
French.
Well, both.
It's both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's both.
Yeah.
Both.
Right. Everything has to be written. All public documents, announcements, signs have to be written both in English and French in Canada. Okay. So if the United States had an official language, what would it be?
It would be English, no?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the way you're like, English, right? Exactly, that's the first instinct. English should be the official language. But what do we do about all the Spanish speakers in the United States? Could we really just have all official documents, signs in English, just in English?
I don't think so, because as you were saying, there are like many people that moved to there, and they are like from Mexico or different places where they speak Spanish. So maybe
Right.
it can be in both languages, probably.
Okay, so English and Spanish, all right? But what about the Chinese? Daniel, you
Oh,
were thinking about that. What about the
I
Well,
Chinese?
I think Chinese is the second most important language in the world, or something like that.
Well, yeah, in many aspects, all right? In commerce, in trade, Chinese
and
is very
business.
important, right?
Yes,
Right?
but
Um,
English is the first one.
right. And it'll be hard to get it out of there. We're going to see why, right? Why Japanese? Japanese is an important language. It's a fun language. It's a very interesting language, but why it has not taken over as an international language, we're going to see that also. But what about the Chinese in the United States? Very large Chinese populations.
I think that's why United States doesn't have an official language.
That's exactly it.
It's
You
very
hit it.
difficult.
Yeah. It's very difficult for the United States to have an official language because it couldn't just have one. It would have to have one for each of the majority of the minority groups. Okay? So this is the kind of thing where you assume the United States has an official language and it's English, right? What's the official language of the UK?
English.
It's English, I guess.
You would think, but the UK doesn't have an official language. It's just assumed that English is the language of the UK, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have an official language either. Now, what's the official language of China?
Chinese.
There you
Chinese.
Chinese.
go. I don't know if it has an official language or not, but you got it there. Okay. So these are the kind of things that we're going to be taking a look at. I've got some more questions for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you're not sure. Okay. Um, these are some of the things that we're going to be looking at in the course. You're gonna learn about these. So I just wanted to have them like as a trivia here quickly so that you could see what you know, see what you're going to learn, get some ideas about it. All right. So which queen of England had the shortest reign of King Henry VIII's 6 wives? Of Henry VIII's 6 wives, which queen had the shortest reign? Now I know you're going, I don't know the name of King Henry VIII's wives. Okay. Any ideas? No? No? That's okay. That's what I expected, exactly. The answer is Anne of Cleves. Anne of Cleves was Henry's 4th wife. She was divorced, okay? Because it's divorced, beheaded, and died, divorced, beheaded, survived. So Anne of Cleves was divorced. She stayed on in England as Henry VIII's most beloved sister. That's the title that he gave her. And she continued to live very well, very wealthy, very happily in England because she divorced him. Because if she hadn't divorced him, she would have been beheaded. That's the fate that held Henry's 2 of their wives, possibly a 3rd one, and almost Anne of Cleves. All right. Where did the Great Fire of London begin on September 2nd, 1666? Where did the Great Fire of London begin on September 2nd, 1666? No? That's what I expected. It's okay. It started in a bakery. They forgot to put the fire out in the oven, and it started the Great Fire of London. Now, the interesting thing about the Great Fire of London, you know what it was? Well, it burned 3/4 of London. But why is that a good thing? Anybody know? No. All right. Imagine right now the Great Fire of Puebla, where 3/4 of Puebla burns down. Think that'd be good? Doesn't sound it, does it? London was going through a plague, very much like we are now. We had a plague that year, and the fire that happened in London burnt the fleas on the rats that caused the plague. Therefore, it stopped the plague. Good thing, it stopped the plague. Bad thing, it burned your house down with everything in it. You got to look on the positive side there. Okay. What happened during plagues? Anybody have an idea what happened during plague times?
People start dying because they don't have like the vaccines.
They don't have the what?
They don't have the correct medicine. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Right? People are dying. What happens when people die in such huge numbers? What happens with jobs when people are dying in such large numbers? Normally, when you're born in medieval England, if you're born a serf, you're a serf. Your children are serfs. Everyone is a serf. If you're born of nobility, you're noble. You're noble all your life. That's what it is. So whatever station you're born into, that's the station you stay at. What happens when people from stations up here are all dying and you have people from stations here? They start moving up, okay? And what happens when people start moving up to better job positions? What happens to language?
It changes.
They have to learn.
Yeah.
It
Because
changes.
it's not the same. The people that had a lot of money, but by that time they didn't use the same words as
Right.
the people that were poor.
Right. They would speak in a much different way. So when you're lower class and you're moving up in station because of opportunities from people dying, you have to change the way you speak because maybe you come from a place where your dialect doesn't sound as proper or high class as others. All right. So with more social mobility, more economic mobility, there's changes in language. Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? I love your faces. I do see a couple of you. You look like you're Googling it. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. It's worth it.
I'm
It's
ready. What
okay.
you are saying?
Oh, I thought you were Googling. I'm like, that's
No,
it.
I
Go
am
for
ready.
it. All right. Oh, what was the question? Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? The answer is Edward the Confessor. All right. Now, this is going to be important because 1066, this is a date that you will learn and never forget. Yeah, they're singing it here because they hear it. 1066, Norman invent 1066. Da, da. All right. You're going to get the song later on then. 1066. Edward the Confessor died. He left no heir to the throne, no sons. So his brother-in-law, Harold, took the throne. However, the Duke of Normandy, William, said, wait a minute, he promised me that throne, that's mine. And so, of course, what we have is the Battle of Hastings. All right. The Battle of Hastings, William the Conqueror killing King Harold and taking over England is what marks the division between Old English and Middle English. Okay. We're going to get to all of this later. Don't worry. You're looking at me like, what? Wait a minute. Let me write this down. It's okay. It's okay. This is just kind of to warm you up. All right. Let's see. Oh, what did William Caxton contribute to language? What did William Caxton contribute to language? Anyone? All right. William Caxton created the first printing press. What happens when you have a printing press? How did people copy books? For example, if I write a book in Old England, I'm going to write it by hand. All right? But if I want somebody to have a copy of my book, what do I have to do?
You have to rewrite it.
You have to rewrite it or get somebody to write it out by hand. These people were called scribes, and what they would do was copy books by hand. All right. Now, what did the printing press do?
Help them to don't write it, just like to copy the book in that case.
Exactly. You could have mass publication of books because they didn't have to be written out one by one. So a printing press made people have reading material, books more available to them, cheaper.
Or probably save information.
Yes, save information because you had more copies of something. And so if you only have one copy and that copy is destroyed, it's lost forever. Yeah. Okay. But here's the thing. The printing press tells us a lot about spelling and grammar because this is where spelling and grammar had to start becoming standard. They were spelling words however they wanted, kind of like my students sometimes in Spanish. What do you think? They were spelling things however they wanted. So having a printing press helped standardize the language. All right, a very important tool for us. We take it for granted that you can get a copy of a book and now even digital. All right. Okay. How did King James contribute to language? How did King James? Some of you might know this. How did King James of England? Well, he was King James of both of Scotland and England. He was James the Sixth in Scotland and James the First in England. This was Queen Elizabeth the First. This was her cousin. Okay. How did King James contribute to language? No? Okay. Not a lot of religion here.
Maybe bringing the religion because they were like more into it. So bringing more religion into England so they could like get more knowledge.
How? Very specifically, one instrument. You're getting
Like
close. The Bible, the Bible, the biggest instrument in religion, right? The Bible. Exactly. He had the Bible translated. Other people had the Bible translated to English, but the King James Bible is the first Bible that was more readable to the people. The idea was that everyone could read the Bible. They didn't need the priest or the preacher to be telling them what the Bible said. They could read it themselves. Okay, and therefore they were able to help spread this idea around. Now, James was Protestant. This is why he was chosen to continue after Queen Elizabeth died. Most people in Scotland were Catholic still. And we're going to see that big difference between Protestantism and Catholicism a little bit later. Who can give me an example of a word from Viking descent? Okay, I'm getting the message here that the meeting is going to end in 10 minutes. So if you get kicked out of the meeting, just come right back in. Okay, and I'm going to upgrade my Zoom after I finish classes today so that it's not kicking me out every 40 minutes and doing that. All right, so hopefully this is the last time. If Zoom kicks you out, just come right back in. All right. All right. Who can give me a word that is of Viking descent? A word that we use in English today that originally comes from the Vikings. Anyone?
Mm, no.
All right. A word like skate, sky, skewer.
Mm.
How can you tell a word is from Viking descent? Many of the words that we have in English that begin with the sk sound come from the Viking countries, from Viking languages. All right, this is something that we're going to see. How many words, around how many words did Shakespeare invent?
Oh my God.
At least you can take some guesses on this one. How many? How many? I'll tell
Like
you. I'll
1,000?
tell you higher or lower. How many words did Shakespeare invent?
1,000?
Higher.
3,000.
What was that?
3,000.
Higher.
5,000?
5,000.
Higher. Higher.
10,000.
Higher.
All?
A million.
Lower, lower, lower.
16,000?
16,000?
Yeah.
Higher.
16,000.
Oh.
20,000.
20,000. You're the winner. Yes.
Oh.
Shakespeare invented approximately 20,000 words in the English language. Now, the interesting part is you say, huh, what words did Shakespeare? We're going to see some of the words that Shakespeare invented, and you're going to say, what? Shakespeare invented that? Oh my gosh, I use that word every day. Yep.
Yeah.
That's how common they are in the English language now. Okay. Have you heard of the Canterbury Tales? Anybody heard of the Canterbury Tales? No, written by Geoffrey Chaucer.
No.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask in what English Geoffrey Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales, but I would think you would have no idea. Just to let you know, he wrote them in Middle English. So we're going to be taking a look at some of the Canterbury Tales, and we're going to be comparing Old English, Middle English, Modern English. Who can tell me when somebody says something is written in Old English or they're speaking in Old English, what do you think that sounds like? What does Old English sound like to you? Who can imitate? They give me their best imitation of Old English. No. The interesting thing about Old English is that it sounds more like German than the English that we have today.
It's because I think English comes from German or something like that.
They're on the same branch of the family tree. Yes, yes. Now the next question, here's a good one. What family of languages does English come from?
It's not from how do we say it? It's Latin. The I don't know how that word in English. It's in Spanish is Latin, but in English I don't know how it is.
Oh, okay. Well, Latin is just one language, all right? But English is from a different family of languages.
Yes.
A family of languages.
Sure how to say it in English, but I think in Spanish would be Germánico.
Again, the Germanic languages, yeah, you're getting closer because where Latin is one language, the Germanic languages include various languages, okay? But it's even bigger than that, even broader than that. Because, for example, the Germanic branch does not include Latin. That's from a different branch of the tree. right? All these languages, Spanish, Latin, French, German, Frisian, Norwegian, Irish Gaelic, Scottish Gaelic, come from the Indo-European family of languages. All right. So you have this big tree, Indo-European family of languages. Here's the branch that has Latin and therefore Spanish and French and Portuguese. And on this side is the branch that has the Germanic languages, including German, English, Frisian, Gaelic, those kind of things. Okay? So yes, English comes from the Germanic family of languages, which come from the Indo-European family of languages. Latin is on the other side. Okay? Latin is where Spanish. And the things that we share in English and in Spanish, we share because of the Latin. The Spanish language is Latin in a much larger part. English has some influence from Latin. Okay. What was the question before that?
Which family, I guess, comes the English?
I think it was before that.
Not before.
But I don't remember what it was.
Wait, I can do it.
Oh, that's okay. It'll come
How
up later.
sounds the...
Oh, yes, yes. What Old English sounds like. Okay. So Old English sounds more like German than it does English. And if you heard someone speaking Old English, you probably wouldn't understand most of what it said. You might understand the word wife and child and eat and walk, the basic vocabulary. But other than that, you wouldn't understand it. Now, what language did Shakespeare speak?
Not the Old English?
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
Nope, not Old English. Any guesses?
Middle English?
Good guess. No. Chaucer worked in Middle English. Okay, and Shakespeare was after Chaucer. No.
Modern English?
No, not modern.
I think it was not English.
That's what a lot of people think. You read Shakespeare and you say, this is not English. Okay. Early modern English. Shakespeare worked with early modern English. Okay.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yeah.
For example, if you listen to someone speaking all English, would you understand what he's saying? Oh, yeah.
Are you asking me specifically as a native speaker?
Yeah, like
no.
you. Yeah.
No. I'm going to send you some information in Old English and take a look at it. Just to read it, you would probably understand more reading it, but you would only understand a few words.
Okay.
Not more than that. Okay. Old English is basically a completely different language in English. We think Shakespeare was working in Old English. No, Shakespeare is more modern than that, right? Even in Middle English, when we look at Chaucer, we're going to see that you start hearing more things that sound familiar, but still Middle English is very different from what we speak. Early modern English is different from what we speak. Modern English. Okay, because modern English started in 1700s. All right, so 17, 18, 19, right, 20th. Yeah, we're in the 21st century, right, the 2000s. The English we speak in 2000